Right, so welcome back to the Super Bladesmen channel. Today we're going to be looking at Dean Henderson's best saves from this season. So basically, I don't know when it got uploaded. It might have been uploaded like yesterday or the week before. I don't really know. There was a video where I was looking at all our goals from the promotion season from 2018 to 2019. I'm going to talk about them, rating them, and just having a nice little discussion about football because I miss it so dearly. But as I mentioned, or at least I think I did, we're going to have a look at Dean Henderson's best saves from this season. And I will say, before we start, if you want to check out the Super Bladesmen website, we have 3 or 4 brand new designs on there, including one where the proceeds are going to the NHS. It's a Chris Basham shirt with the ball been replaced by the coronavirus thing. That's basically it. If you want to do that, the proceeds are going to the NHS, so feel free. Knock yourself out, and yeah, please get one and obviously help our heroes, which are doing so much for us at this time. I will say for a few of them, like that save there, because I've seen a few of these clips, I don't know how that made it into an incredible saves compilation. Like, if your goalkeeper's not saving that, then there needs to be serious questions asked, because it's a pretty straightforward save. Like, if Dean Henderson doesn't save that, he's going to get absolutely rinsed. It's so funny how like fine margins in football can really change everything. If Chadham's had scored here, this was obviously really early on, we'd lost. I think that guy went through about 14 players and nobody put a tackle in and scored. It was bizarre. But anyway, yeah, if Chadham scores here, this could have been a completely different season for him. But as it is, it's like they're probably going to maybe send him out on loan when the season eventually resumes. I don't think he's scored a Premier League goal. He's not in the starting 11. He's struggled really. And for someone that I thought we possibly should have gone for him over McBurney. I mean, who am I to question Wilder, or who is anyone nowadays? He doesn't often get a signing wrong at all. For me, this is up there with probably the best save, because this came obviously after the Wijnaldum shot, where it is one of his only mistakes in a Sheffield United shirt. The Leeds one comes to mind, where we played them at home, and he obviously made that bit of a blunder, but this, to be one-on-one with Salah, someone like one of the best finishers in the league, scored umpteen goals this year and the past few years. To come back from that is why, personally, I think should be in an England shirt, and that's coming from a point of no bias whatsoever, trying to remove myself as a Sheffield United fan. I don't see a goalkeeper better than Henderson. Now, you can say there's elements of his game, like his distribution's not amazing, the same as Pope, if you look at the stats, but are you choosing a goalkeeper based on distribution? Because if you are, you just get Michael Carrick out of retirement and put him in net. It's a goalkeeper. He's supposed to stop the ball. This is another one of those saves that looks really good and it's like perfect for a highlight reel, but if your keeper doesn't save it, you're asking a few questions. When a shot comes in from 35, 40 yards, fair enough it's going to the top corner, but you've got time to move your feet and get to the ball. It's one of those where generally I'd expect a keeper to save that one. Very, very similar to the Salah one, and actually the one, I don't know who went through for Norwich. You know when I'll try and play a clip, or you'll just remember anyway. There's 3 guys, or at least 2, running through for Norwich, and he somehow pulls off a wonder save. Why the guy doesn't pass it to the side or either side, I've absolutely no idea, but those types of saves one-on-one he really does excel in. I think that's up there with one of the best saves as well. This was actually a really important save because it was at a point where this really was a not must win, because we were still doing really well, but we were only 5, 6, maybe 7 points away from the relegation zone, and being a Sheffield United fan, you always think pessimistically. I think some doubts might have started to creep in, but it put all those doubts to bed, really. I know at Anfield we got absolutely battered, and to be fair, I don't think we actually gave a very good account of ourselves, which is unlike a Sheffield United team under Wilder. But I don't think Henderson had that many saves to make. I know it's been 4 or 5 in here, but there wasn't really anything where I was like, we got away with one there, or there were clear-cut chance. There was a couple, there was a handful, but for all the possession and dominance they had, it wasn't like a 6-0 or a 7-0 saved by his goalkeeper. It was a poor performance. We got absolutely played off the park by the best side in Europe. That's all there really was to it, and it's one of the only games under Wilder, I've mentioned a few in the last video, where we've been truly outclassed. Now, I don't know if this is just me, but under Wilder, I don't think I've conceded that many penalties. I felt like in the years preceding that in League One, now I know we obviously didn't do as well, and if you don't do as well, you generally concede more penalties and more goals, but I can't remember Henderson facing that many. I know there was one for Grealish where he hit the bar, but I can't remember us facing that many penalties. Maybe it's just me, I'll try and find some stats on that, but I don't remember us conceding too many penalties under Wilder. So yeah, there were some pretty good saves in there. Some of them were basically filler content, where if your keeper doesn't save that, there needs to be serious questions asked. But on the whole, what a keeper Dean Henderson is, and are we going to get him next season? I imagine we might get him on loan. Well, it depends when all the situation ends, when the season starts and whatever's going to happen, because the player contracts, I think, and on the 30th of June, and they're going to obviously have to be extended for when the games get played behind closed doors. I imagine 99%. That's going to be the case. I imagine we might get him on loan for another season, possibly. I don't see David De Gea being kicked out of Man United. I'm pretty sure he signed a contract recently. I don't know where that's going to go. Like, if his performances, David De Gea, I'm talking about, continue in the vein that they were this season, towards the back end of last season, and probably just since the World Cup, actually, I think Dean Henderson might make a push there. But if they make David De Gea the number 2, Man United don't get any resale value for De Gea, he's under a decent contract, where do you go from there? So the only real outcome I can see is that Dean Henderson is a Man United number 1, De Gea is on his way to Real Madrid or somewhere else, or someone, a big club, maybe he might go to Italy, maybe Inter Milan, or someone just under the next rung down to the top tier of Barcelona, Real Madrid, someone like Inter Milan, or somebody, a foreign team, I don't know, Valencia or somebody like that. I can see someone abroad going in for him. I don't think we're ever going to have the fees to be able to buy him permanently. And to be honest, I actually don't think he wants to play for us permanently. He's got huge ambitions in terms of Man United. He's a Man United fan, grown up a Man United fan, and obviously with England as well. He would get in the England side with us eventually, I'm pretty sure of that, but I mean, if he's a bored Man United fan, what can you really do? As I mentioned, there are 3 or 4 brand new shirt designs on the Super Bladesman website, including the Chris Basham one, where the proceeds are going to the NHS. So if you want to check them out. There'll be a link in the top line of the description. It will take you straight there, so feel free to check that out if you fancy it. But if not, I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.